Hello, welcome back. As you can probably see, we're kind of in a cave, and I got shaders on here. If you're wondering why the lighting looks a little funky, I am here to talk about something I've been working on for a little while. I meant to get this out a while ago. It's kind of like a part two to the music update. So if we look at that, it's a few more instruments, kind of. If we take a brass sheet, put it in a bronze anvil, you can see we have a tube plan. And if we take a brass tube and put it in, we can make a bugle slash horn. That's pretty much that. We can just look at what we have in this chest here. We also have a conch, whatever, a horn, and a bugle. I actually gotta go into survival for a second here. If we take this, you can turn this back into a seashell. That's the sort of thing you find on the beach. But this on its own, if we just right click, there it goes. My goodness. Took its time there. If we take a knife and our horn, we can make a blowing horn. Horns are a relatively kind of rare drop from bulls. We get a blowing horn though. Hello? There it goes. And we have our bugle. And the bugle uses the F, G, H, and J keys, along with just not having any of those keys down, to change the pitch. So we have, for example, yep, so that's the 5 notes that a bugle can play. And there's kind of one more thing I've been working on, and it's, I think, the main reason that this has been taking so long. And we're gonna go take a look at that. I don't think I'll be able to get this update out quite yet. But I don't know. I think this looks pretty cool. You know, I got these palm trees working. I think I got a better texture on them. Obviously, they look a lot better in shaders than they do without. But this is all natural generation here. You know, oh, hey, you're not supposed to cut each other in half. My goodness. Jeez, man, some people. Anyway, that's a little funky. But you know, that's, you know, like I said, this is in development still. This is not for release. You can see when they're on the beach, they lean out towards the water. Otherwise, they just go straight up. There's a bunch of new things and you know, new things sort of behind the scenes. I've redone a way, like a lot of the calculations that determine how and where trees will spawn, just to kind of get into a bit of what that all means. Up until now, Terraformacraft will generate at any given place there'll be like 3 tree layers, which are going to be one of the trees in Terraformacraft or none. And if the area that you're at, if the climate, the rainfall, the temperature, if all that stuff lines up with the conditions that one of those trees or all of those trees likes to spawn in, it will spawn trees. Otherwise, it will spawn nothing, and you'll just have empty grass. And I wasn't, you know, like, you end up with like a lot of places where it's like there should be a forest here, but there isn't. Mostly because the wrong kind of tree happened to be selected for that region, or the wrong kinds of trees. And I don't know, I just didn't like that as much. So the new system, every area, we can take a look at that. Every area is assigned a region. This one is for Europe. There's also the Americas, Asia and Africa. And just being in any region, you have access to like all the different types of trees that are native to that continent or continents, and it has a much wider range of possible trees to choose from, and it will try to spawn as many of them as it can. I've also added some code which should help smooth out the transition between forests and plains, so the density of trees is directly related to how ideal the area is for that type of tree. So you can see, we have like a bit of like, what is this, like oak tree? Like oaks and sort of palms mixed together, just because those are the sorts of trees that are suitable for this. I am adding a bunch of new types of wood. Don't have textures for them yet. For the most part, don't really have generation for them yet. So I guess I can talk about what we have going on. We're going to have ebony trees, which will spawn in the African regions in jungles. We have bamboo, which is going to spawn in the Asian regions in, I guess, sort of jungles and temperate forests, more on the wetter side. I think bamboo actually looks quite nice. We're not going to see any here because we're in a Europe region, and bamboo does not grow here, but I think it looks pretty good. We're going to have a nice new African rainforest tree, just because acacias and capocs are native to the Americas, so we do need something for that region. We're going to have teak in the Asian region. It's actually getting dark here. That's kind of scary. What's our difficulty set to? Okay, peaceful. It's not too bad. Although the shaders are going to make this terrible at nighttime. What else are we going to have? We're going to have mahogany, which is going to spawn in Africa. It's going to be based on the East African mahogany tree. We're going to have baobabs, and we're going to have the acacia tree generate as umbrella acacia trees in sort of dry African plains. We're going to have... what else? I know there's... I should just look at the list. Hold on. Let's take a look. What do we got here? Fever tree. That's going to be a sort of dry area African tree. Limba is the name of the African rainforest tree. Oh, and ginkgo. Ginkgo is going to be another tree that spawns in Asia. And I found that Africa was really needing a bit more variety. Trees that would really make it feel African. Ginkgo and bamboo are going to be Asian exclusive trees, so they're not going to spawn anywhere else. Let's see, fever tree, baobab, limba, and mahogany, and I guess the umbrella thorn acacia sort of are going to be African exclusives. Most of the existing trees in the game are already American type trees. I'll probably add a non-tree plant for like different types of cactus that will spawn, like maybe a saguaro cactus for American region deserts, and some other plants for other regions and stuff. So I hope that'll look nice. I've started to add some code that will help try and smooth out the transition between deserts and the dry plains. I'm not sure if that looks terribly good right now. I'll have to do some more work on that. But I'm pretty happy with the progress that I'm making. Oh, I guess one more. Oh, that was really bad. Another type of tree, I guess, sort of, that's going to get added is the fruit tree. Which sounds a little funky because we already have fruit trees like this. But these, this is kind of a weird little structure that we have going on here. So it's going to end up being, like that there's like an actual regular tree, and all fruit trees are just going to share the same type of wood. I'm not bothering to add, 17 or whatever different types of wood just for each type of tree. So, like an apple tree, an orange tree, it's all going to be the same type of wood, just fruit wood. And I hope you guys don't mind that. But, just like everything else, they'll be able to like lose their leaves in the winter. Because that's kind of one of the main goals of the nature update, is to have trees that sort of don't just look like these big triangular blocks all over the place and all the time. So, like in the winter, once they all have proper branches, they'll be able to lose their leaves and grow them back intelligently in the spring. And with that, you know, fruit trees will have that as well. And so you just have different types of leaves growing on the tips of the fruit tree branches. So yeah, you know, none of these trees use tile entities. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet. That was pretty important to me. I don't want to have a bunch of dumb old tile entities doing stuff like taking up lots of memory and all sorts of nasty things like that. I guess the fruit trees will have to have tile entities on them just so that it knows what kind of fruit it needs to grow. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can show what bamboo looks like. You know, like, why not? I'm not gonna go hunting for it. Yeah, you can see a lot of missing textures here. But let's just plant a sapling. Let's actually plant a few. These are going to take it's going to take a few days to grow, so let's just set the just 10 days in the future. They should start growing pretty soon. Oh, ooh, there it goes. So there's our first. Oh, there's another one. In the wild, unlike other trees, these actually tend to grow in clumps. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. So I think these look pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's kind of like they should have like pretty skinny leaves. I tried to do a good job with like the leaf block texture to make it sort of look, I don't know, bamboo-like. I'm not sure. I don't think I did a terrible job. But yeah, like these are all. It's still, you know, this is technically just the bamboo version of the branches that that form these palm trees. You know, these ones start pretty thick and then get skinny. The bamboo just is not nearly as thick starting out or going all the way up as the palm trees are. But these are the same branches that every tree is going to get. That palm tree lost its bottom. I guess like the dirt fell out. You know, we can look at some of these palm trees on the beach over here, and we can see, you know, the diagonal. We have like diagonal branches, horizontal branches. These are even on like another diagonal, like this way. So really the branches can go in any direction they need to. We can look at. I guess we can. Where was the trees that sort of grew through each other? Where was that? Where was that? Oh, it's like right here. You can sort of see with this though, like how branches will. I mean, this obviously you wouldn't expect this out of a palm tree, but like for other trees, this is how branches will be able to join together. So, you know, like the branch here just knows that it's growing out of that block, and this one also thinks it's growing out of that block. So that's kind of how that all works, and so they'll be able to use all that information to grow out and look, I hope, nice. I really don't have the time to be working on this, and I don't know why I am. Like, I just can't resist. I just can't resist working on it. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know if I'll end up just like releasing like an early version of this for you guys to. Why is this one growing in the water? See, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be releasing this yet, just because that's a little funky. Like, what's going on here? Is that sand? All right, yeah, that is sand. But yeah, like it's whatever. Oh, I guess there's one more thing we can show with the palm tree. If we just chop one down... Oh, hello? Wait. Hang on. Man. See, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be cool. Anyway, whatever. You know, we get these like old style logs. I guess we can talk about that. Oh yeah, these are probably just filling up automatically. Yeah, because we're in creative mode. Okay, what if I chop the top one? Seriously? Alright. Well, what they were doing before, and what they will continue to do in the future, is drop some straw. There isn't technically like this little like branch tip block here is just like rendering the palm bronze on top. So there isn't really like a block to destroy for that. I'm not sure how I'll end up given saplings which look like this. Oh, we can look at the wood, I guess. Don't have a chest texture yet. I don't know how I'm going to end up deciding... Wait, no, that's not the sapling. That's the sapling. We can talk about that, what that other block was as well. Yeah, so we can look at what the wood looks like. It's kind of like a... It's got like some little black specks on it. These are leaf litter blocks, and I think they currently only have a proper... You can see this. We have like the fever, baobab, limba, mahogany, ginkgo, fruit wood. I think I only have it for acacia and kapok. So let's take a look at... these won't be a thing you can like pick up in place. This is just right now. And these are gonna... This is like fallen dead leaves, and so jungle forest floors are gonna have like these. I'm not sold on the texture yet. This is just like the leaf block texture, but kind of like brownish. But yeah, like the general idea is that the forest floor is gonna be mostly dirt and leaves with like ferns and like scattered like brush and stuff like that growing out of it, instead of just grass, because grass, like jungles don't have like grass on the ground. You still will have grass like in the gaps where you can still see the sky. Grass will grow, but underneath the trees you'll have fallen leaves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what the buggy state of this game currently looks like. I should really like, you know, give some items some names and get it a little fixed up. Currently I've disabled acacia generation because they got sort of messy looking and really funky. But maybe, you know, the palms generate fine. The bamboo is probably fine. Although maybe I'll turn that off just because I don't have any textures for it yet. I do have a lot of textures for ebony wood, which we can take a look at. Oh, take a look at what that looks like. It's got a very dark colored wood. So you can see that, you know. And we got the planks here. So I think that looks pretty cool. I guess, is there a door? No? I guess there isn't a door. There's a fence gate. Yeah, it's not really the same. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.